Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, have you ever heard of a place called Isla Sacra? I haven't, but it could be the new start to a new trend in where you get on and off your cruise ships around the world. It could be a brand new way of doing things that could bypass all the places trying to ban cruise ships. So with a lot of places in Europe basically blaming cruise ships for over-tourism, even though they're only a portion of the tourism, if you know what I mean, like Ibiza and places like that stopped cruises even though they're only, they want to slow it down and say it's over tourism and got to charge more, even though they're only 7% of the tourism they get. Well, Royal Caribbean is coming up with an idea, and it started with their private islands, right? Perfect Day of Coco Cay, big success. Now they're building Perfect Day Mexico. They're expanding their private location areas. They're building one in Nassau. They're building certain areas where people will go spend their money and they can get away from any of the hassles about banning the cruise ships from that area. Well, one such place that they have just kind of negotiated with and is going on right now is the place, I'm hoping I'm getting it right, Isola Sacra. And it is a small town about 30 miles from Rome. So very close distance to travel in and out of a major city, a major tourist attraction in Italy, the capital city, Rome, far closer than their current port, which is over an hour and a half, sometimes 2-hour drive to get to the cruise port. So what they've done is they have negotiated there saying, look, we will build the terminal. We will dig out the trench if we have to and remove the sand. We will put all the money into it and the infrastructure and pay for everything. You just have to sign us a long-term access contract. Now, by long-term, we're not sure how long that means, but I'm sure it means a long, long time. And the mayor and the local governments there are all for this, going on. The townspeople are unsure. They're saying, whoa, what about the traffic? What about this? What about that? And okay, but the traffic will be buses leaving and then coming back. So it'll be twice, they won't be necessarily around the town. Now, people may get off and walk around the town and then they're going to be shopping, and people are also complaining, well, they're going to spend their money in Rome, they're not going to spend their time here. Not necessarily. You put some shops and souvenir shops, and a lot of people don't want to do the distance, the buses, etc. They will just walk around the town, get some fresh air, and see what the sights is in the local fishing towns. So this is going to be a possibility there as well. But there are some mixed feelings. Some people are wondering how this is going to work. But like I said, the government and the mayor is all on board. One thing that they're saying that the big thing will be is that currently it will create 2,000 construction jobs while this project is underway. And then after that, here, get this, they're saying it will create 5,000 jobs in the area, from running the buses, the tours, the running the terminal, the policing, everything. More jobs in the town, more tourism. Whatever, they've calculated somehow 5,000 more jobs. Well, that's huge if you're a smaller town in Rome. And you can see why that the mayor might be behind something like that. Hey, we're going to get all this income. We're going to get taxes from the cruise ships per passenger, every time they come in. They're paying for everything. And, as far as over-tourism is concerned, yes, most of them were going to go to Rome or they're going to stay on the ship. So will it really be that bad for our town? So that's the debate that's going on. But it's setting an idea in the back of, the cruise line's minds, and Royal is right on top of this right now, is maybe we do this in more places. Maybe we build our own ports close to areas and our own towns and lease them out. Now, they did say there are some stipulations. For instance, this will be able to hold an Oasis-class ship, like currently the Allure of the Seas is scheduled to be sailing in the Mediterranean during this time. Well, they also say that only one ship will be coming into port at a time. They've set a limit already. You don't have to worry about setting a limit. Yes, they could be large ships. They could be a smaller ship as well. Plus, they will be building such a facility that can accommodate more vessels, other types of vessels, pleasure craft, fishing crafts, yachts, etc., that could also bring more money into the town. So this is perhaps the debate, right? Is it right for the cruise lines to basically buy a town in a way? Because, you know, money talks in many, many situations, right? But to be honest, you know, there's nothing. I mean, companies go out and say, hey, cities, Amazon came out and said, hey, cities across North America, bid on where you want us to build our next plant. And they took the best deal they could get, right? It's the way of the world. That's how businesses work. Royal Caribbean's a business. They are, you know, might be a vacation business, but it's still a business. Walt Disney, when he built Disney World, tried to tell nobody that he was building it then, bought all this land up under false names like other companies and shell companies and everything, before people finally realized what was going on, because he didn't want to pay the high prices of the land had they known he was going there. Businesses will do what they can to save money and to ensure their longevity in these areas. So do I think this is wrong? No. Would I love to see a cruise port 30 kilometers from Rome? You betcha. How much closer would that be? Imagine if they just set up an electric rail system back and forth. No, you don't need the buses. The rail system would do it. Everyone would jump on the rail. It'd be simple, effective. They're also saying that all the cruise ships docking there will be able to plug in to electricity, which they will set up. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of downside, except perhaps people are wondering what it might do to their town. It might change the culture of their town. It might change, you know, but there's other cruise ports in Rome that are quite happy to have the cruise ships there. They're not complaining about it. They're not saying there's too much over traffic or too much tourism, even though they come back and forth to Rome for over an hour and a half. So I don't know what really the debate here is too much, unless they change their minds and start bringing in 2 cruise ships and then 3 cruise ships. But apparently in the contract for doing this, they're paying for everything, pretty much, lots of jobs, and they are only promising to bring in 1 ship in the contract, from what I can tell. I think that might be a pretty good test trial to see if they're going to start doing this in other places, like Spain, that's trying to limit places, etc. You might just see Royal Caribbean and other cruise lines basically buying their own terminal at a port so nobody can say you can't come anymore. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think this is a smart idea? If you're a business sense person and you can get this done, I think it makes perfect sense for Royal Caribbean. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.